Okay, picture this. The game is in full swing, the energy is high, and then everything just stops. An athlete is down. In that split second, chaos can just take over. But it really doesn't have to. See, having a clear, calm plan in your back pocket is the most powerful tool you have. And today, we're going to break down exactly what that plan looks like.
So let's make this real. An athlete goes down. What do you do? This isn't just some hypothetical question. Imagine you're the coach or the parent or the teammate who's right there. Suddenly, all eyes are on you. That sinking feeling of, what do I do now? That's exactly what we're going to replace with a clear, confident course of action.
Before you even start thinking about the injury itself, your #1 job is to be a protector. This isn't about playing the hero, it's about making sure nothing worse happens. Your absolute top priority is to make the scene safe, for the athlete and just as importantly, for you. Everything else can wait.
Look, when things get chaotic, your brain needs something simple to hang on to. And this is it. Assess, alert, attend. That's it. Those 3 words are your entire game plan. They cut right through all the noise and give you a simple, clear path forward. So let's walk through it.
All right, let's dive into step 1. Assess. Now, your first instinct might be to just rush right in, but believe it or not, the smartest move you can make is to pause. Just take a breath and actually understand what you're dealing with, both the environment and the athlete. So first, you need to look around the athlete, not just at them. Are there any immediate dangers? Like traffic or maybe lightning in the area? Your first job is to make that space safe. Then, you need to create a little bubble. Politely but firmly tell other players to give you some room. A panicked crowd just makes things worse. And remember, if you're calm, that calmness is contagious. It can keep the injured athlete from freaking out and maybe making their injury worse.
Okay, once the scene is secure, your focus shifts 100% to the athlete. Put on your detective hat for a second. How did this happen? Was it a big hit, a weird twist? Do you know if they have any medical conditions like asthma or allergies? Then, you do the single most important check. Gently tap their shoulder and ask, loud and clear, "Are you all right?" Their answer, or their silence, tells you everything you need to know for what comes next.
So, you've done your assessment, and that information flows directly into our second step, alert. This is that critical moment where you have to decide if this is something you can handle or if you need to call in the pros.
And let me be really clear here. There is zero room for hesitation on this. If that athlete is unresponsive, if they have an obviously serious injury, or if you can see them getting worse right in front of your eyes, you call for help. Immediately. Don't second guess it, just activate your emergency action plan. Every single second counts.
And that brings us to our third step, attend. This is where you get hands-on. This is all about what you can do to provide care and keep the athlete stable while you're waiting for help. And honestly, one of the most important things you can do is simply get them into the right position.
So here's the scenario. You've got an athlete who's unconscious, but definitely still breathing. One of the biggest dangers right now is their airway getting blocked, especially if they were to get sick. So, how do you protect against that? Well, the answer is in 2 specific recovery positions.
All right, if an athlete is unresponsive but you're pretty sure there's no spinal injury, this is your go-to. Let's quickly walk through why each step is so important. Placing their nearby arm at a right angle, that creates a stable base so they don't roll too far. Bringing their other hand to their cheek protects their face when you roll them. Then, you use their own knee as a lever to gently roll them towards you. And that final position? It uses gravity to help keep their airway open and clear. That's the whole point. But, and this is a big but, if you have any reason to suspect a neck or spine injury, the rules change completely. This is called the Haynes position, and it's designed to do one thing: protect the spine at all costs. Notice the huge difference here. Their closest arm goes above their head. That arm acts like a natural splint for the head and neck. As you roll them, your other hand never leaves their neck. You're constantly keeping it stable. This isn't just a slightly different position, it's a critical technique to prevent a bad injury from becoming a catastrophic one. We've now arrived at what might be one of the most stressful calls you'll ever have to make as a first responder. Should you even move the athlete at all? It's not always a simple yes or no, but thankfully, the guidelines are pretty darn clear.
Think of this slide as your hard and fast, non-negotiable list of red flags. If you suspect any kind of injury to the head, neck, or spine, if they're having trouble breathing, if you see major bleeding or a big, obvious fracture, you do one thing. You don't move them. Period. You stabilize them right where they are and you wait for the professionals. The golden rule is simple. When in doubt, don't move them. You hesitating could literally save them from permanent damage.
Now, on the flip side, there are plenty of times when helping an athlete off the field is absolutely the right thing to do. We're talking about less severe stuff, like a simple sprain, a nasty bruise, or just getting the wind knocked out of them. In those cases, moving them to the sideline to get a better look is the right call.
Okay, now for the one time you break that golden rule. If the environment itself poses a bigger threat, I'm talking a lightning storm rolling in or an unstable surface, or if you physically cannot perform CPR without moving them, then you have to move them. It's a tough call, a risk versus reward calculation where leaving them put is actually the more dangerous choice.
So, you've made the decision. The athlete needs to be moved. The next question is, how do you actually do that safely without making things worse? Let's go over a few essential techniques you really ought to know.
This one is for emergencies only. This is your last resort when you're all alone and you have to get someone out of immediate danger. The key here is to protect their head and your back. See how you cradle their head with your forearms? You're basically creating a makeshift neck brace. And by squatting and using your legs to lift, not your back, you're saving yourself from getting hurt. This is a slow, controlled drag, not a sprint.
The classic walking assist. You've probably seen this 1,000 times on TV and in games. It's perfect for an athlete who's a little dazed or has a minor leg injury. The secret to success here is just good teamwork. You and your partner basically become a human crutch. And communication is everything. A simple, ready, on 3, makes all the difference in moving smoothly and keeping the athlete stable.
So what if an athlete can't put any weight on their leg but they're still conscious and can help a bit? The two-handed carry is a fantastic option. You and a partner link up forearms to create a little seat for them. But here's the trick to making it really stable. Get the athlete involved. Have them put their arms around your shoulders. That way, they become part of the structure, which makes the whole carry way safer and more secure for everybody.
And really, that's what this all boils down to, isn't it? You can have the fanciest first aid kit in the world, but panic will freeze you every time. A plan, a simple framework like assess, alert, attend, that's what gives you power. It lets you think clearly and act with purpose when it matters most. So the real question isn't just about what's in your physical first aid kit, but what's in your mental one.